This is Jeremy here of Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What I think today, guys, is something a little bit different. I'm going to start off a series showing off my metal collection. I've been meaning to do this for a long time, to be honest with you. I've got requests in the comments over the years to show off what I have on format and my collection in general. And I've been putting it off because, as you can see, I'll show you, I'm recording on my phone. All my CDs are stacked up on the floor. They're not in alphabetical order. And I've been waiting for like forever to get shelves. I just haven't had the finances to really buy a bunch of shelves I need to put all my CDs on. But I'm waiting to do that still. My room's kind of a weird shape, so it's hard to buy shelves that are not too tall. But I'm still in the process of doing that. So they're not in alphabetical order. And I really wanted to organize them more in at least alphabetical before I showed them off. But I said, fuck it. I'm just going to grab a couple stacks at a time and kind of show you what I got and go through them. And also, before I get into it, you will see some of them that are kind of like this, like just the CD with no book or anything. The story behind that is when I was a teenager, for some reason, I thought it would be a good idea to put all my CDs in a big, thick binder that holds CDs to save space, and I would have just a bunch of binders lined up. But then shortly after making that decision, I realized how stupid it was. But it was already too late. I already threw out all the books and the cases from the albums I had at the time. So you will see some albums from throughout this videos that have just kind of the CD in them only with the case. So that's kind of the story behind that. And also, guys, in my collection, you are going to see a wide variety of music before I get the haters in the comments. So we are going to get everything from brutal death metal, severe underground stuff, a lot of mainstream artists like Metallica, Maiden, Priest, etc., typical stuff. And you also get some 90s alternative mixed in there, classic rock. I kind of really listened to before I got into metal, so you will get a lot of those kind of bands that might trigger some people in the comments, but it's part of my collection. I don't give a fuck. I liked it growing up, and I still listen to it from time to time. And there will be some grunge albums in here as well. I love grunge as well. Grew up on that as well. So let's jump right in, guys. Some of the stacks are kind of organized because I tried to previously organize them by letter, but over the years, I kept pulling CDs to make videos and stuff, so they're kind of half and half. But this first stack is pretty much mostly K, some I's, and I'll just show my Testament collection because I recently just did a video for them. So starting with the first album here is just the greatest hits from Kiss. I grabbed this, I think this was the first thing I grabbed from them just to have all the singles. It's pretty good compilation, it's got a lot of good songs on there. The next one is Kiss Destroyer. Pretty iconic album, don't need too much explanation on this. A lot of their biggest hits, Detroit Rock City, God of Thunder, Shout It Out Loud, Beth. A lot of good songs on this one, really good stuff. Probably the quintessential Kiss album. The next one we got here is a dual CD from King Diamond. Has both Fatal Portrait and Abigail. His two best albums, in my opinion, from 87 and 85. But yeah, I came across this, I think, at a record store one time for super cheap, both of them together, so I just picked it up because they didn't have any King Diamond yet. The next one here is the Korn Greatest Hits. Not really a big Korn guy. I think I only have one of their studio albums on CD. But I picked up the Greatest Hits, I think, on Boxing Day one time for like $5. Just to have some of their hits to check it out. It's got some decent songs on there, but it's not really my thing, but it's just okay. Next, we got a couple Creator albums here, some newer ones. God of Violence. New Era of Creator is really, really good. A lot of people don't like it because they think it's too melodic. I think it's still really thrashy and killer. Really good album. And yeah, I definitely need to pick up more Creator. I only have a few of their albums, to be honest, on CD. And the other one here is Phantom Antichrist. I think this is from 2012. Some really good tunes on this one as well. Great New Era Creator. Really heavy and thrashy still. Good stuff. Next one here is Karkello from Korpiklani. Really cool band. I think they're from Finland. They kind of just sing about drinking and vodka, beer, whatever. They're like more of a party, fun band. The lyrics are in a different language, but it's just really fun music to listen to from time to time. I think I only have like one or two of their albums, but it's just okay. It's fun. Next we got here is Killswitch Engage, Disarm the Descent. I've only picked up one or two of Killswitch Engage albums. I'm not the biggest fan of metalcore overall, but there is a couple bands I really like. And Killswitch Engage is good. They're one of the original pioneers of the sound, and I think they do it really well. But yeah, pretty solid album. I like it. Next one here we have is Cadaver, or Cadaver, I should say. And it's Abracadaver, it's called. These guys are really, really good band, power trio. They kind of bring back that occult 70s classic rock sound. If you're not familiar with these guys, definitely check them out. This is just like a digipack, like that. Pretty good stuff. Again, if you're not familiar with these guys, definitely check them out. Next two CDs are fucking amazing. Local band to me in Toronto, Canada. That's where I live, is Toronto. The band is Corrosive. Amazing, amazing, amazing thrash band. These guys should be monsters in the thrash world. They're super underground still at the moment. They only put out 2 records, and they have the 3rd one coming out later this year. This is their debut called Caustic Chords. And if you want some aggressive, bordering on death metal thrash, this stuff will kick your ass. Better than anything all the Big Four's been putting out lately. This stuff just kicks ass, and bands like this need to blow up and become a lot bigger. And this is their 2nd album, Toxic Apocalypse. Another really good album, killer artwork. I think it's a replica artwork. And just killer band. I can't emphasize enough how much you need to check these guys out. Next, we got another really good band I've discovered recently. It's their debut album, self-titled Knife. They're a blackened speed metal band. Really good stuff. There's the back there. Cool artwork. If you're into that kind of sound like Midnight or Hell Ripper, you'll really like this band. They have a sophomore album out as well, but I haven't got a chance to pick that one up yet. It's always like $30 on Amazon for some reason. But yeah, really good band. Next we have here is Killer Be Killed. Debut album from Supergroup with Max Cavalera, Troy Sanders from Mastodon. The other guy was from a Dillinger Escape Plan, and I think the drummer was from Mars Volta. Really good album. Solid tunes on here. Listen to it all the time. They have a 2nd one as well, but I haven't picked it up yet. But the debut is killer. Really good stuff. Next one here is kind of more of an underground band. Kylisa, it's called. This is one I got on one of those blind, what are they called? Boxes, buy 20 CDs for $30 or something. Those kind of things, blind buys, mystery box kind of things. From Season of Mist, they had some deal on one time where you could get 20 CDs for $2 each. So I said, "What the hell?" Tried to discover some new music. This is okay. It's proggy, psychedelic kind of metal. It's a little different. Next one here is I think from the same box. It's called Rage Nuclear. It's a French band. I think they're kind of death metal, prog death metal. Decent album. I've listened to it. I've spun it a few times, but nothing too crazy. I think it was one of those mystery boxes as well. Hi, Lennon. Cat's coming. Next stack here we have is from the same band, Catatonia, one of my favorite bands. I'm not sure if this is all the ones I have from them, but there's 6 of them here. There might be a few more in the stacks down there, but the first one here is Viva Emptiness. They're like a really atmospheric, depressive metal band. Really cool sound. The guys' vocals are really somber, and it's hard to explain this band, but they're really cool sound. So definitely check them out. Viva Emptiness is the first one here. Really good album. One of my favorites from them. And we got Dethroned and Uncrowned. One of their other releases here. Really cool packaging on this one. It's like a hardcover book. It's got the book in the middle. It's a double disc. I think it's a DVD as well. But really, they took the time with the packaging there. And then we got Night is the New Day. Another release from them. Really cool stuff. Again, atmospheric, depressive, kind of somber metal. Looked at the book, came loose on this one, but inside, pretty cool stuff. Good packaging as well. And then we got my introduction to the band, which was Dead End Kings, and probably still my favorite album from these guys. I listened to it probably the most out of all of them. And so I'm gonna get my cat out of the way. Yeah, this would be a good introduction album to the band. Really good stuff. This is probably my favorite album from them. It's just got a really cool sound. And And the next one here, The Great Cold Distance. Again, probably one of my top 3 Katatonia albums I've listened to that I have in my collection. Really good stuff. My Twin was a big single for them off this album. I think it was one of their breakthrough kind of singles that kind of made them more popular. And then they have another one here, The Fall of Hearts. Another really cool album, Digipack. Pretty basic on the inside. The back cover there with the heart. Really good band. Definitely check them out. The next ones we got here are from a melodic death metal band from Finland, I believe, called Kalma. Super underrated band. They should be in discussion with bands like In Flames, Dark Tranquillity, At the Gates. Really just as good as those bands, if not better in my opinion. And they're criminally underrated and more people need to know about them. Their album from last year was my album of the year. It was that good. But we have the first one here, 12 Gauge. If you like I said, that Dark Tranquillity sound. Has a little bit more of an epic feel to it, kind of really grandiose, super epic, kind of going to battle kind of feel. This is my introduction album to the band and probably still my favorite album from them. Really good stuff. And we have another album from Kalma called Swamp Lord, one of their older material. A little bit more raw and more death metal edge, but really good stuff. And we have another album from Kalma called For the Revolution. Really good album as well, one of their older material. And again, one more on the heavier side, more raw. And this is one of the newer releases called Seventh Symphony. It's on just the Digipack here. They're on Spine Farm Records on this release. Really good album. All their albums are really solid. They don't really have a weak album. I eventually want to do a ranking of the albums for them, but I haven't got around to it yet. And next we've got a stack with some Cataclysm. Great melodic death metal band from Canada, from Quebec, I think originally. Really good stuff. They're pretty popular. They pretty much hit the festival circuit all the time, but they tour Canada and the US quite often. And another band that you definitely need to check out. This one is Heaven's Venom. Really cool artwork, really heavy band. Their newer stuff is more on the melodic side. Their older stuff is more straight up death metal. This is one of the newer releases as well called Mediations. Definitely check it out. Great album. We got In the Arms of Devastation. Really cool artwork on that one as well. This one's from 2006, a little bit on the heavier side. And then we got Serenity and Fire from 2004. Really good stuff. I think I came across a deal on Nuclear Blast on Black Friday one year that they had a bunch of these for like $3 or $4 each. I bought up as much as I could because I love the band. This one's called The Poetry of War. Older album as well from 2001. Super heavy on this one. Like again, more of a straightforward death metal album at this time. And the next 2 albums are from a more local band from me. They are a traditional heavy metal band. I think they're based in Oshawa or maybe Ottawa. They're in Ontario, Canada. They're called Ice War. The first album here, Manifest Destiny. Pretty cool band. If you like that old school heavy metal sound from the early 80s, you know, Maiden, Priest kind of sound, you'll really like these guys. I have 2 of their albums here. The other one, Beyond the Void. I think this is their latest release. I think I have one or 2 other ones of theirs, but they must be mixed in somewhere else. But really good band. Definitely check them out. And we have the band Insane. Good thrash metal band. I think they're from South America, I believe. But really good stuff. Definitely check them out. I picked this up from CDN Records, kind of on a blind buy from the album cover, and it really was good stuff. And the last quick stack here I'll do is just Testament, because I did their ranking video recently and I just had them on my desk here. So we've got the New Order from Testament, sophomore album, killer stuff. We got The Gathering, really good stuff as well, check it out. We got The Legacy, their debut, really good debut thrash album. We got Formation of Damnation, really crazy good comeback album. This was in 2008. Love this album, it's super heavy, thrashy, definitely check it out. We got their latest, Titans of Creation. Really cool artwork on this one, Digipack. I think it was my top 10 of the year. I think it was number 6. Really good album. We got Practice What You Preach, really popular album of theirs. Title track is killer. Everyone kind of knows this album, I'm sure. We got Souls of Black, one of my favorite artworks from them. Super underrated album. The production really kills it on this one for me, but the songs are killer. And we got some newer ones from them here. Dark Roots of the Earth. Some killer tracks on this one. They still put it in quality material later in their career. We got Testament Low, a 90s album from them. Pretty decent album, a little bit more melodic, but pretty good stuff, thrashy. We got one of the newer ones here, Brotherhood of the Snake. Great material again, more new, 2016, good stuff though. And the last one here I have is Demonic. It's a different album cover for some reason. It's not usually the regular album cover, but good album. This is when they did their attempt at death metal. I think they were pretty successful in what they did, but I just prefer them doing more of a thrashy sound. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'll grab a couple more stacks, probably in a couple days, to do another video to show off the next stacks. And let me know if you've heard some of these bands. If you're not familiar with them, definitely check out some of these guys, especially like Corrosive, Kalima. Some of these bands are criminally underrated and definitely need to have a bigger following. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for another collection update coming soon. And until next time, keep it metal.